Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building. We have all-star basketball trainer Chris Brickley. Welcome.
How you doing?
Welcome back.
Appreciate you.
And you came with gifts.
I did come with gifts.
From Therabody, the creators of the Theragun. I was saying I got my dad a Theragun for his birthday, and he loves it.
It's a good gift.
Yeah, my son stole my Theragun, and I'm sure he's going to steal it.
Do you guys ever
too.
use these? So these are like
I
the
never tried
legs,
it.
recovery legs.
Oh, boy.
You
This
know?
is going to be gone.
Flushes out the toxins. Before you go to sleep, it kind of relaxes you. They're dope.
I'm excited.
My
That's
son is
an
going to
amazing
steal this,
gift.
too. But
I said you got all the so body armor, and then we got the
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of endorsements.
Now, last time you were
here,
here, you almost got canceled.
I literally did.
You were up here. This is right before Carmelo Anthony came back in the league.
Yep.
And everybody knows I'm a Melo fan. Shout out to Melo. And I asked you about Melo, and you said he was better than 60% of the players in the NBA.
I did.
And they laughed at you. They said you're bugging.
First
they said you're
takes,
probably high.
Stephen A. Smith, everyone.
Right.
Everyone wanted to kill me.
And then a month later,
He's an NBA starter. A few years later, he's top 10 scorer of all time. And then top 75 player of all time. But yeah, when I said that, people thought I was crazy. It's crazy.
Did you see Stephen A. Smith after that?
No, I haven't,
You haven't seen him?
But look, the thing about Chris is that he humbly will be right and not really say anything about it. But
Yeah, but it definitely affected me for sure. Everyone in the sports, from like Bleacher Report to House of Highlights to ESPN, like it was like a big topic in the sports world.
is it a big
that I said
topic
that.
now that you were right?
Nah, to the Melo fans, obviously, but people, people only want controversy. So
But I don't understand why they wouldn't necessarily trust you, because you train a lot of people.
I do.
All-stars, people are on, that are not necessarily all-stars.
J.
on the
Cole.
bench. You
J.
train a
Cole.
bunch of people. So, I don't know why they wouldn't believe it. So how was training J. Cole? And how do you think of J. Cole's skills?
That was like the best thing I've ever done as a trainer, just because I learned everything. So we broke down his shot. So J. Cole's probably gonna laugh at this. So people that have like the shot up here, like the release. So he had a release up here. He's like, Chris, I'll do, I'm willing to give you my time to reconstruct my shot. So to reconstruct someone's shot when you're 30, when you're in your 30s, that's, you need to break 20 years of habits.
All your life, yeah.
For sure. So we literally, for a month straight, shot with one hand in the paint. That's all we did. He'd go for like an hour and a half a day. Every single day, he would, put his kid to sleep, ride his bike over to the summit, him and the security guard. It's my gym, and we reconstructed his shot. Now he's playing pro. Now I think he's played in the NBA Africa. Then he just played in the Canadian League on Drake's team. And he's still going. He's coming back, gonna work out, and I think his career, he still has a future.
Do you think he can make the NBA? Now, let's see where you go with this one.
I think that he can. I think he can take it a little further, though. I think he could play in the G League for sure. I mean, I do the NBA, the Black Ops runs, all NBA players, and he plays in them, and he scores baskets, he defends, he can play. So I think the G League is going to be calling his name.
Could you be an artist and also a player? Because that's a lot of, that takes a lot of dedication to both.
For sure. I guess it depends on your priorities. If your priorities are just music, being a family man, and basketball, you could do it. I feel like some artists, their priorities are whatever it is, but he's a man of his priorities. He works hard at basketball, so I definitely think. And now this isn't him saying it. This is me saying it, but I think he can play in the G League.
And I also saw you had a birthday party recently.
I did. It was lit.
Yeah. So
I invited you too.
I wasn't here. I know. I was mad, but I saw some stories came out of it, and people thought that, certain teammates would be playing together. I think it was Jimmy Butler.
For sure. And Donovan Mitchell. Yeah. So, free agency, the NBA now is like, it's entertainment. And then the off season, it's like, what are these players doing? Where are these guys going? So Donovan Mitchell and Jimmy Butler were hanging out. And, the media made it into a thing like, oh, did Jimmy Butler invite Donovan Mitchell? And is this because Donovan Mitchell is going to play in the Heat? So, that media ran with that. Yeah.
That's how your birthday party makes the news. I also saw Jimmy Butler credited you with helping him with his three-pointer.
Man, that was amazing. After, he scored 45 one night, and on national TV in the interview, first question they asked him, he answered it. He's like, I'd like to give a shout out to my trainer Chris Brickley, which is like rare for a player to do that. They have a coaching staff. They have, and the reality is, I'm not the only reason why he was shooting well, but no, he's just a great guy. Props to players that give props to their trainers. Like that doesn't happen a lot, especially publicly. I think like in the music industry, you don't hear about them talking about the engineers or the producers a lot. And so it's rare for an NBA player to do that. So shout out Jimmy Butler. That's my guy.
You're kind of like a ghostwriter.
A little bit, I guess, for basketball.
Do some people try to secretly work with you so that people don't know that they're improving their game? So you have to like keep it under wraps because they're like, okay.
They definitely keep it on the low. So some guys are like, we're doing no video, no pictures because they don't want it out there. Some guys want that. So like we want video. I want people seeing I work hard. But yeah, no, some people are low about it for sure.
Do coaching staffs like you or don't like you? Because
it's a great question.
They train one way and you might train another way. So do they prefer people work with you, or they be like, don't F with Chris?
So around the first time I came on the show, they hated me just because I was young. I was younger, right, for what I did. They just didn't respect me all the way. I've been in the game like 8 years now, doing it at the highest level possible, working out with all-stars every year. So you can't really say I'm doing anything wrong. So now I have a great relationship with a lot of these coaches. And I think in the future I could see myself, going back to the NBA, going to the front office. So yeah, now I have the respect.
But when you do work for a team, like when you worked with the Knicks, you're not allowed to work with other players, right?
I'm not, and that was why I left. I got the Knicks got I got a super fine when I was with the Knicks. Melo was like, yeah, let's do a 5-on-5. Let's do 5-on-5 games. So I had KD come, Kawhi Leonard, all these guys, and then I go to the office next day, and they're like, you need to go to Dolan's office. The team got a $50,000 fine because you did 5-on-5 runs without Knicks players. I'm like, oh, shit.
So you didn't have one Knicks player there?
No, so it was like JR, that was like 3 Knicks players, 7 non-Knicks players. I didn't know that I couldn't do that. So ESPN talked about it. And yeah, I thought I was going to get fired that day. I didn't, but yeah, so that was part of the reason why I left the Knicks.
What about coaching for you?
There's no stability. Look at these like coaches. You could win for 2 years, lose for 1 year, you're fired. Then you got to move your family to another state, another team. You won't have a job. I don't want to live my life like that. So
I was going to ask, what players do you see that's coming up the ranks that people are sleeping on that you say is going to be the next?
Yo, you know who's actually getting tall? Like Kyan Anthony.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So, I've seen his whole come up. Melo's kind of put me on, and now he's like taller than me, 6'4", working out with Melo. Him and Melo are like playing ones. Like he's gonna be special. He's got his first few Division I offers. He's a freshman in high school. I think he's gonna be special. There's a bunch of kids. Ian Jackson, he's number 2 in the country. He's out of Harlem. Bronny's gonna be nice. But yeah, there's a bunch of kids.
They have an edge too.
What about in the NBA?
For sure.
Anybody in the NBA you say people are sleeping on that you feel like they're gonna get their chance? I mean, because like Poole, nobody thought Poole was gonna be 100%. And Poole has turned out to be an amazing player.
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know. That's too many guys. But there are definitely. So NBA is all about opportunity.
Right.
The reality, if you're not a star, then the 15th guy on the bench, if given the opportunity, could be a starter. And the 6th guy could be playing in Europe. Like, it's literally about, are you given opportunity or not? That's what the NBA is.
And knowing your role, too, right?
Yes, a lot of guys can't accept it. Because you go your whole youth and you're just the man. Then it's like, all right, you're in an NBA team. You got 3 stars with you. You can catch and shoot, play D. We don't want anything more. And guys can't accept that, and that's why they're out the league.
Can we get to the music for a second? Because I know this is something that Chris is really excited about.
For sure. I mean,
so the album is still called Welcome to the Grind.
Welcome to the Grind.
Okay. So the grind, clearly that makes sense when it comes to training, when it comes to basketball, but when it comes to life in general.
For sure. I mean, I think we all live off of music. And I think, so originally I put the project together because when we go to the gym before a workout, right before we start, I go to the player, I say, what album you want to listen to? They tell me the album, play, that's what we listen to. So I'm like, you know what? I want my own album, so it's like a workout-heavy album. So it starts off, might be like some slow vibes. That's when you're stretching. Then it gets into some up-tempo stuff, and then it ends with some like R&B when you're cooling down. So it'll be like a whole journey of a workout. So that was kind of how it started, and then I started getting so many fire, like slower songs, some R&B songs that are like, I feel like are gonna be hits. So then I'm like, damn, welcome to the grind. But even in life, like you get in your car, you go to work, you're welcome to the grind. So it kind of goes with all of that. I'm super excited about this. Like I said, the whole project's done. I just need these clearances. I'm doing it independent too.
Right.
So I didn't want to go under a big label and do that game. So I'm doing it like myself. That's hurt me a little bit because I don't have like a machine behind me. But at the same time, the first song did great. But also it was Dirk. It's kind of like a cheat code. Anything Dirk drops is crazy. But yeah, no, the whole thing is nuts. Like I look on Spotify. I have a little Spotify page. I have like close to 300,000 monthly listeners. I only have one song though. So I'm excited to start building that.
Now, Dirk, they say, gets busy with basketball.
OD.
Really?
Yeah.
So out of all the rappers
Here
and
we go
R&B
again.
singers
He got in trouble for this too.
who is the top 5 now?
Top 5, J. Cole's 1.
One as in number one?
Number 1. I'm going to name him 1, 5. Number 2 is Chris Brown. Number 3 is Dirk. Number 4 is Quavo. Damn, number 5 is Dave East, but Dave just stopped playing. But if Dave wants to train, he would be 2.
Right.
Dave is nice. Yeah, Dave's a hooper.
Now, do you think Chris Brown could play in some of these leagues that J. Cole plays? Because Chris Brown's a beast with it. He takes it serious.
If he were to train, for sure.
Now, what
His
about
athleticism.
Drake? Drake was missed off that list. And Drake plays ball all the time. We see all the videos.
He's 6, right?
Yeah, six God. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how athletic Drake is. Shout out to Drake, though. He came by the gym. He's playing some of the runs.
Oh,
That doesn't sound as confident.
Have you played in his gym? I know he has a crazy gym at his house.
No, we talked about it early on when he first built it. But no, I haven't. That gym's fire, though.
I saw they have a gym that was recreated in China to imitate your gym
This
here.
is a crazy story. So, literally, you know, you guys know how the DMs is. You got it's like the 99 plus side, right? And there's this janitor that's like, I've been sweeping the floor of the Brickley Center. I'm like, what's he talking about? So time went by, and then he kept sending it to me. And then he sent me a picture, and it was like exactly how my gym looked. So I'm like, yo, where is this? He's like, it's in China. I'm like, wait. So they built an identical gym to my gym in New York. Identical, looks the same. They call it the Brickley Center. Didn't tell me, didn't tell my team. Nothing we can do about it. I want to go there, though.
That is crazy.
That is really dope.
Yeah.
How many kids do you think you've inspired that are now thinking about this as a potential because this is not something that you set out to do?
I mean, millions. It's crazy. It's gotten to the point. It's crazy. It's like the 2K stuff. It's gone to the point where, you know, when I walk down the street, people ask me for pictures, and you know, the airport's crazy. It's dope just to inspire kids to. If you can't make the NBA, you can do what I do. You can still sign the same deals that an NBA player signs. You can buy your dad a house, but you're still teaching the game. So that's kind of like that's why I do this.
I was going to ask you. You talked earlier about J. Cole's shot, and when you look in the NBA, so many people have so many different shots, right?
For sure.
Some look disgusting. Some it works for. Some it doesn't work for. So, how do you know when somebody needs to change their shot? Like if you look at Steph Curry, right? His shot is not a normal jump shot.
Nope.
Right? For years, I thought he was chucking. I was like, he's chucking. I was like, there's no way he could just do that. But obviously, it's a shot, and it works for him, and he's perfected it.
Yep.
So how do you know when a shot needs to be changed?
When it's not going in. So when Phil Jackson first got the job with the Knicks, I've told this before and some other. So he fired the entire staff. I'm last in line. I'm an intern. I'm like, I'm about to get fired. I knew I was going to get fired. Everyone got fired. And I walk in there. He asked me 3 questions. Then he's like, so when you shoot a jump shot, do you need to step into it? Can you hop into it? Where's the release point need to be? And I was like, nah, it doesn't need to be any of that. Like, you can hop into it, you can step into it, you can shoot over your head. It doesn't matter. And he's like, you're right. And I ended up getting the job. And so I say all that to say, there's not one way to shoot. That's some guys that have terrible looking shots that go in. So how's your jump shot? Honestly.
Mine's better than his.
Mine is more mechanical,
Okay.
but it doesn't go in.
Gotcha. So
You know
then,
what I mean? It's mechanical. It's shot the right way, but it's
So that's probably a few things that, you could change, whether it's with your footwork or with your follow through, So, yeah, if it's not going in, fix it. If it goes in, I don't care what it looks like. Keep it the way it is.
Now, what about Ben Simmons, his jump shot?
Does it go in?
Not all the time.
So he needs to fix it.
Have you worked with him?
I haven't.
I think you need to.
Are there people that, like, if you had to say there was somebody that, like, man, if I could just get my hands on this person, I know I could take them to the next level, who would you say that would be?
So, anyone that does something, you're confident in what you do. So I feel like I could, at this point in my career, I've seen every jump shot possible. I feel like I could fix anyone's. Who do I want to fix? It's tough too, because then I'm like kind of throwing that guy under the bus that he can't shoot. If I give you a name,
Well, you can shoot.
I mean, they're
but
good
you
enough
might
to
need
make
some
it to
work.
the NBA, but maybe they could be a star.
who do I want to work with? It's just so. I don't know. I can't answer that. After the last time, I'm being so selective.
I know
when
you have a
tell
name in
this
your
is
head.
A big thing. Yeah. So
You scared, son. You scared.
yeah, bro. I'm trying to keep it. I'm trying to keep it.
Now, what about LeBron? I see LeBron. You work out with LeBron a couple of times.
Yeah.
Out of all the NBA players you work, I always see LeBron as one of the. He's always working. Who is the most dedicated to the game?
That's a handful. That's from Melo, Donovan Mitchell. So the workout was at 10. He showed up at 9:15, which no one does that. No one. He showed up 45 minutes early. He did this whole 45-minute routine. Then he worked out. Then he did another 45-minute routine. It's crazy. He's 37.
Mm-hmm.
He moves like he's 27. And I'm not just saying that. That's the truth. He could play 6 more years at the level, like at 30 points a game. It's wild. It's truly crazy. At 37, this man is like running around, dunking on people. So, that's just amazing to me. But that's so many hard workers. You have to think, to get to that star level, for the most part, you need to have a crazy work ethic.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to ask, if you were coaching the Boston Celtics, right, after you guys lost, what would you do next year? What do you think the Boston Celtics need?
It's a good question. I would say, just like a few pieces, a few like role players. So like I feel like that's everything. Like Braun and the Lakers, he just needs like the right pieces around him. And that's like what it's all about. So they got Jaylen Brown, you got Tatum. Mm-hmm. You have some good role players, but you can maybe even get some better role players. So that's kind of what the league's about. The Knicks they need a lot.
I was going to ask, what do the Knicks need?
They need a lot. You still a Knicks fan?
Yes.
He
said you're still a Knicks fan.
What did you think about this last season? So first off, 2 seasons ago they made the playoffs, 4th seed, right?
Correct.
In your mind, were you like, oh, all right, they're on the track?
Correct.
You thought that?
Until I went to the game.
Last year, this past year.
Mm-hmm.
And then what did you think? Just
a lot of their hearts weren't in it.
Yeah, man, it's tough. The New York fan base is tough too.
What about Brooklyn Nets?
That's crazy, right? How that happened? You got Kyrie, you got KD. Also, I think James, Kyrie, and KD, they just couldn't play together. There's 3 stars that need the ball in their hands. I think moving forward, I think that they'll be special. I think the whole Kyrie sitting out because of COVID, that messed them up. Mm-hmm. I hope Kyrie comes back, and if Kyrie and KD can be together, I think they can be.
Now, I want to go back to the Knicks for one chance. You was talking about the Knicks fan base, and now you've seen fans all over the world. You think that the fans of New York took the hearts away from the Knicks? It's just not there. Like the love, I can see it, and it's almost like they're doing it now because it's a job and not because they really are into it.
For sure. So you have to think. So the media can take the fun out of things, and I don't care what anyone says. I don't read the comments. I don't read the paper. I don't. But you kind of do. You know it. And then you're on the court. Now you're thinking, oh, the media just said I can't do this. So then you're second guessing your shot. You're second guessing this. Then it just becomes like you're in your mind all the way. So that it definitely plays a part. I think that they could definitely get some better pieces, But I'm a fan of Thibodeau. I think he's big time. He actually came on the show.
Yeah.
I was
Thibodeau
fired that you guys had him.
No, why don't you think stars won't come to New York? Is it because of the press? Because it's very difficult to get. At one time, we would get everybody wanted to come, but now it seems like
Melo's the last star that's came.
Mm-hmm.
And people should respect him for that. Yeah, I mean, people say Dolan. I think the practice facility is number 1. So you play in the Knicks in your practice, and you practice in practice in Terrytown. Why don't make a practice facility in Manhattan? I think that's going to get you some, and that fan base thing's real. I mean, if you could make $150 million and you know that if you have a bad game, the whole city's gonna be on you. Or you could play in another market, play a few bad games, and your life stays the same. Like that would play a part, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's like something. But I think the practice facility, once one star comes, I think that they can start getting some more.
Where's Brooklyn Nets practice facility?
It's in Brooklyn.
Yo, it's fire too.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
What? It's like on a rooftop. You see the whole city. It's crazy.
It's like in, what is it, Industry City?
Industry
City in Brooklyn.
It's so dope.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
That plays a big part. These guys spend more time in the practice facility than they do the arena.
Right.
What about WNBA players? Have you worked out with any WNBA?
I have.
Okay.
I have. And, I think the WNBA is rising. I think it's getting more popular. I have super respect for it. I actually almost wore a WNBA hoodie today just because I feel like, more they need more respect. They put in mad work and their skill set. If you were to watch an elite WNBA shooter workout versus an elite NBA shooter, the WNBA shooter would be better shooter. That's just how it is. They're better free throw shooters.
Mm-hmm.
Their focus is better. And I think we just, people need to get with it and start watching the games.
Yeah, I've gone to a couple of New York Liberty games. And let me tell you something, it's very fast-paced, too.
Yeah.
It's exciting, it's fun.
The games are actually really, really loud, like the fan base, right? When you went to the game, was it a good
we had a
environment?
good time.
It's fun.
Now, let's get back to this album. So
how I'm doing it is I'm also doing something different. So if the label allows the artist to make money off their music, I'm giving the musician all the money. I'm not taking any money because I think that's just the best thing to do. A lot of these artists, that's the other thing. In this whole process, I've realized that, bro, some of these record deals that these artists are in, it's mind-boggling. It's like, wait. So no matter how good the song is, you're not making $1? It's like, wait. Like, so if I were to pay you this, you only get this percentage? Like, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Like,
And that's why a lot of times artists charge so much because that's all they're going to
that's
get.
the money
For
they're
sure.
going to get.
It's-
Tank said he never saw a royalty check ever off his first 3 albums.
bro, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been something that I've just been like, what? So yeah, so I'm gonna pay for this, but I have like some big, really big superstars.
Tell us some.
And yeah, see, my man just
Stop
looking at
looking
me.
up.
He's
Let's get these clearances first, just in case.
yeah, but put it this
songs
way,
are done, though.
I have 7 to 8 like A-list superstars that have like a whole bunch of Billboard hits. It's gonna be like really big. That's why I went on my Instagram, half joking, half not, but he's felt the way. I'm like, DJ Cal, when you release yours, like let me know that date. I want to release the project at the same time. Like I really think it can compete with that.
That would
What'd he
be
say?
good.
How
That
did
would
he
be a
reply?
good one-on-one viral video.
I don't think he liked it, but I look at it like sports. It's competitive. I have all the respect. He's a GOAT. But at the end of the day, if you don't believe in what you do, then why are you doing it?
Okay. I like that. I like that little challenge. Have you ever worked with Hov, with Jay, with basketball?
Nah.
No?
You know what's crazy? I have a funniest Jay-Z story. So, and to this day, like kind of mess with me. So he's Puma. I'm Puma.
Mm-hmm.
They opened up the Puma store on Fifth Ave. Have you guys ever been to the Fifth Ave? It's like the flagship store. Grand opening, and that was an event. It was like 8 p.m. So all the people with like endorsements went to Puma deals. So I get there early. Jay-Z gets there early. So we're like on the second floor. It's me and my manager walking. It's Jay-Z walking. We're the only people on that floor. So we're like walking towards each other, and like we kind of make eye contact. And I don't know why, I get this weird thing where I get like, sometimes I can get like anxiety. I don't know. So I'm walking towards him, and I'm like, Alex, let's go downstairs real quick. And I literally like was about to talk to him, and I went downstairs, and I kind of wish I just chopped it up with him. That's
Right.
Jay-Z. That's a legend, man. So yeah,
You deal with all these legends and celebrities all day
I
long.
know,
with
it's
training.
crazy.
Then you see Hov, and then
it's
you
different, man.
make a right turn.
It's different. That's the number one most played artist in the gym.
What do you think that was about for you?
That's just like some of the stuff that he talks about. And I go just, I feel like, I be getting anxiety and shit. Like, and it happens, the more success I have, like I think early on I dealt with so much trauma with like my mom and, all types of stuff, that something good happens and I'm like, something bad's about to happen.
You
And
can't
I
even
think
enjoy it.
I have that mindset. I try to snap myself out of it. We're all human. So I think that's what it comes from.
Any other rappers that you trained or
Every rapper. So I was on tour with Travis Scott for 3 months.
training him on tour?
Yeah, that was dope. That was a dope experience to be around Travis. We started off the tour. We were taking buses. We ended the tour. Every city we took a jet to. And I don't know if he was supposed to be doing that. But, yeah, so we did that. I've done – who else have I worked? I almost like Drake's came to the gym, Bieber, Chris Brown.
What about Clue?
Clue has, Clue is the most arrogant, cocky. And I respect it. You got to be. But he comes through, he hoops. He has a jumper. He has a jumper that doesn't look pretty.
His jumper looks horrible.
But it goes in.
It does go in.
But it goes in.
Let me ask you a question. So when Clue plays, because he plays, how much ish does he talk to these NBA players?
OD. But nah, he'll never be in the court with NBA guys. But he'll always like challenge them.
What you mean he'll never be in the court with NBA?
Because like I do my Black Ops runs, NBA guys only.
Oh.
J. Cole's been the only guy, and then I'll do like rapper runs. So that's like a big thing. So like Meek will come through. Everyone,
How does Meek
Little
play?
Baby. Meek's like a big man. So I guess all these names I'm saying.
He's a center? What do you mean a big man?
He's like a big man. Meek is a 5. Meek is good in the post.
Meek plays center?
For sure. Meek
is 6'3".
I know it, but he plays. He
But
plays
it's a
bully
rapper
ball.
run, so those guys aren't all tall.
He plays bully ball. So to answer your question about who's on the album, if you can put the pieces together on who I say that I've worked with in the gym.
Yeah,
So
that makes
that's who
perfect sense.
on the album. But yeah, they've all been through.
When you do the Black Ops runs, do they play a lot of defense? Or
OD, yeah, those runs are. So this summer I'm gonna get back to them. So that's been some of the most legendary runs, like ever. I had KD versus LeBron a month after they finished playing Game 7. I've had every All-Star come through. It's amazing. You guys need to come. It's like a whole vibe. It's like a mini like Madison Square Garden. A bunch of celebrities come. It's the guys are playing hard. It's dope. It's
They never get nervous about getting injured for playing that hard on the off season?
Nah, knock on wood. It hasn't happened. Because
if I'm LeBron and I'm like, yo, Katie, would you back up a little bit? We're not getting paid for this. We're practicing. Like, back up on me a
but
little
that's
bit.
like the competitiveness. They're like, man, if you get scored on that, sometimes it's even more personal because it's like it's a small environment in front of your peers. Dude scores on you, and it's like, oh, now I need to score on you. And it's literally some of the best runs. If I showed you guys some of the offers I've gotten on like if I could like live stream these, it's like in the millions. Like people really want to watch these. They're fire.
Who's the biggest shit talker that you've had in the gym?
I would say like Russell Westbrook as far as like just his vibe. People are scared of him. No one wants to talk to him. He just puts on this vibe where it's like, yeah, players are legit scared of him.
What about Draymond Green? Have you worked out with him? No.
He hasn't came to a run.
Hasn't came to the run.
No, I respect him though.
But you said Russell is the biggest shit talker that.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys remember Dante Jones. Mm-hmm. He's up there with, there's a few guys
that's
that talk
Felicia's
shit.
husband.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. How have you made some connections or relationships with people that may not have previously known each other that well, and then after working with you, they're like, now we cool with each other? And
all the
hang out?
time, for sure. And artists and NBA guys, like so many NBA guys, but so many artists. So, there's been so many times I've done like the rapper runs, and the rapper will be like, so who's coming? I'll be like, this. And they'll be like, I don't really mess with this guy's crew. I'm like, nah, bro, it's in the gym. Like, come on, come through. And they'll play in the run, and then next thing you know, like, they're boys. They'll be working together. So that's something I take pride in, bringing people together. That's kind of what I'm all about.
And you also do the basketball camps for the kids, too.
For sure. So that's something I'm doing. This summer I'm doing, like, 15 free camps in all the boroughs.
That's amazing.
From Queensbridge and Brooklyn, and I'm going everywhere. And it's wild to see some of these turnouts. They did one in Queensbridge like a year ago. Like 300 people showed up. Really like made these kids' days, and that's like so special. I'm trying to also educate them like on eating healthy. On like I was trying to get their like ginger shots, and
I
got
you. I tell we can
I need
do
that.
It.
I need that. But I feel like just educating the youth, especially the inner city youth, on not just learning basketball, but learning life, how to eat right, how to deal with anxiety. Like, and I told myself after all these camps, I'm gonna be available to talk about stuff like that. I think that's huge. I think when I was little, I would have loved that. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do.
How can these kids sign up for these camps?
You just show up. So on my Instagram is all the dates. So I don't put the times yet, because literally if I put the times, that'd be so many people. The night before I'll put the time, and yeah, it's lit. It's a fun experience. Giveaways. There's gonna be NBA players coming through. There's gonna be rappers coming through. It's gonna be a vibe, and it's free.
All right. Well, Chris Brickley, all-star basketball trainer, and of course his album "Welcome to the Grind" will be out soon.
My God.
As soon as he gets those
He's
clearances.
getting it together. I cannot wait for you to announce everybody that's on
For
the
sure.
album.
You know some of them.
I got to hear some of them. So hopefully that everybody gets cleared in time.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Well, it's the Breakfast Club. It's Chris Brickley.